Howdy ho again, everyone. Today we're checking out a game called Nine Kings. This is a roguelike kingdom builder and auto battler where you build a tiny city that generates an army over the course of a series of rounds, choosing from one of 9 faction leaders, each of whom has a different set of synergies and build strategies for a nearly endless variety of playstyles and many ways to break the game in an extremely satisfying way. This is one of my favorite new games I've played this year. You can make a giant, unkillable army, have a cannon that shoots the enemy like a machine gun, or give everything nearly infinite damage. There are so many ways to play. We are going to be starting a new run here, and we're going to be playing on King difficulty. There are many to choose from. You have to unlock each of them when you begin. Some of them I still haven't even gotten to yet, not really my preferred playstyles, but we're going to be playing as the King of Nothing, which is more or less the classic way to play the game. And I have beaten the game on many difficulties. You go from peasant all the way up to king and beyond. But king is sort of like where you beat the game. And then it just gets harder from there because there's basically endless difficulties. Now, each faction leader has a different set of loadouts and different builds that they can begin with. I'm going with these perks, which give me a variety of things that will be useful to me, namely my base can level up more. I start off with more unlocked plots and more rerolls. There are many to choose from, and you can arrange them in so many different ways. I really like the perk system. All right, so we have spawned in, and we're playing against the King of Nature and the King of Stone right here. So the first thing we have to do is place down our castles. So this is going to hurl a stone projectile onto our enemies. It's basically our first attacker. And it's also the thing that we're trying to defend here. So I think a pretty good spot for it is right here in the back. We want to keep it further to the back because we're trying to defend it. We have 3 pips of life that we need to keep for enemies attacking our fortress. So the very first thing we want to establish here is a bit of a front line. So I want to put down some paladins, and I'm going to put them right here because what I'm planning to do is kind of arrange in checkerboard-like fashion with support towers around it. But more on that in a minute. Let's just put them down front and center in the middle. And we're going to deal damage while kind of soaking up some of it with our paladins. Now, the paladins will deal a little bit of damage, but they're kind of your front line. A lot of this game is divided into front line and back line. If you ever played any auto battlers, you usually have damage dealers, and you have units that soak up the damage. And finding the right balance between those two is important. Now, we have a couple of other units to choose from. We get the King of Nature, so that means we're choosing from the King of Nature's card set for our loot. So we have Poison Vial. Units attack supply 1 poison stacked to the end. We have a Mount, the Boar, which can be mounted by adjacent troops, or the Elf as a sniper. I do like Poison for the King of Nothing, who is our commander, except that it depends on that being on our tower. So I don't really like any of these. I think I'm going to reroll. We got a Forest, which is going to add 2% HP to adjacent plots every year. Now, this is kind of an early investment in this. I'm going to buy this because even though that it might not do that much right now, this is going to start to stack up on our paladins, and our paladins are very tanky. So if we can make them even tankier, this would be amazing. So let's get that started right now, and I'm going to put that there because it can't really affect our fortress. Actually, where should I hit them? I want to hit their back line, but at the same time, too, these guys are bunched up and I can hit 3 at a time, so I'm going to go just straight for their front line. The first couple of fights shouldn't be too bad, except that... let me go for the back line now. Okay, good, we made it through. First few fights shouldn't be too bad, but it does start to ramp up really quickly. So that's why I'm manually targeting. I could use the auto-target feature, but I find that it tends to be suboptimal. I do a better job as a human. Alright, so we've got a couple of other loot items. We just fought against the Rebellion of Nothing, so we get to choose one of our own faction's items to use. So the very first thing I want to do at the beginning of the game, I just did a support building with the forest. I kind of want to build something that's going to give me more right now. Farm is really good. Oh, do I want to go for a farm-forest combo? This can give me a really chunky front line later on in the game. Yeah, I think I'm going to do it. It's going to make me still pretty weak right now, but we might just have to be a little weak at the start so that we can be strong at the end. I'm going to try putting the farm right about here because this is going to start feeding units into this group. So they just got another 2% HP, and they got, and they got the extra unit. So now we're going against King of Stone, And King of Stone is structure heavy, or he's focused on structures. Each king in the game has their own, like, separate focus, if you haven't noticed. King of Nature is good at producing a lot of units. They aren't really the strongest units, but it's a lot of them nonetheless. King of Stone is good in structures. King of Nothing is really good at just soaking up damage and outlasting the enemy. But then there's all these other really weird ones that are interesting, like King of Blood is good at sacrificing their own units for power. I could also speed up these battles, but like I said, I'm going to just wait on it for a while. All right, I got Cauldron. Adjacent plots attacks now deal poison damage. 1 poison stack per level. This could be really good. I could put it on my castle to poison the enemies. I'm debating on whether that's a good idea or not right now. I just don't think I really like it. I'm just trying to decide here. I really just want a castle upgrade. I'm going to just reroll until I maybe get a castle. Quarry is also not bad. I could do a quarry, actually. Quarry would be pretty good out here. Okay, I'll do that. Yeah. All right, so we have our first Royal Decree. We have a few things to choose from. We can increase the damaging range of area attacks by 30%, which is pretty good. That would raise my cannon's AoE, and AoE is like everything in this game. Support buildings apply their effects one more time, and we do have a few support buildings. We have this health, we have the farm, and we're probably about to get a quarry. That could be good. Actually, I kind of like overwork. It's going to take a little bit of time for it to take effect, but I'm going to do it anyway. I think if we put down a quarry right here, because I don't want to put it here because it doesn't depend on proximity. I'm going to do blacksmith instead right here, just because that's also going to apply to my paladins. And right now, this might not be a lot, but my paladins are... I'm kind of leaning on them right now. And they've also got all these other buffs, so why not? We'll put it down to blacksmith. We've got some strong paladins fighting for us. Although we don't really have any backline, so... yeah, we have to think about that for later on. Alright, the enemy is starting to gather up over here, so I'm going to start to shoot their front line. I don't like this. We might take some damage here, too. We've got to start to get in more troops. If we fight King of Nature soon, I would like to get more paladins. Or even another nothing. Right now, we're just up against more nothing rebellion. See, we are starting to kind of weaken. We just don't have much of a damage source. Our castle is fine, but it could be better. There are better perks. Oh, please. Oh, please. Okay, it looks like we're starting to take out their front line. Good. We got them. I'm wondering if I can hit... Yes, I can hit both of these from here. If I can just keep them alive a little bit longer, we can keep targeting this one spot and hit 4 of them. Great, great. Okay, yes, we will survive this. I thought this would be a real nail-biter. He still might die. But even if he does, the enemy still has to approach our fortress, and we'll be good. Because they've got... Look at how far they've got to run if they want to attack our castle. Alright, there we go. Yeah, they did just take out the last of our troops, but we took them out before they got there. Amazing! Alright, that was too close, though. We need more troops right now, so I'm gonna go ahead and... I could get more soldiers, and I could put them down there, or there, for the farm. That wouldn't be too bad, or we could just get more paladins, but I kind of need some sort of DPS. Although the paladins, I've got a special buff on this game from a perk I selected. Let's just start stacking up our paladins, actually. I could put more here. I'm just thinking if there would be a better unit. They would get the blacksmith perk there, too, though. I think 2 units of paladins leads to a really good game, though, so I'm gonna just double up my paladins. Look at how many more of them there are, and we're against King of Nature. We should be fine this time. Okay, phew, we got a little bit of a break. King of Nature is, I think, easy mode. Although we're on King difficulty, which... Well, the game gets infinitely harder. It literally goes until you break, until you just snap, and you freak out. Alright, now we're against snipers. Snipers are not so bad. Let's just take out the ones that they're on. Try to focus fire our damage. Amazing. Maybe I can start to speed up time in this fight. I would like to do it at a higher speed, but every single shot does count, like I said. Alright, 352. I'm just keeping an eye on damage numbers up here. Okay, actually, we're doing appreciable damage. These fights are going to start to get a little bit out of hand, though, in a moment. We need some way of either poisoning the enemy or just making our DPS a lot stronger. I don't like any of these. Elf is somewhat interesting, but not my favorites. Okay, so we do have another forest. Oh, wow, we could put another forest there. Although that wouldn't really help too much. I'm just thinking of how to take advantage of overwork. Huh. Which do I want? Quarry would be pretty good too, because that would up our damage. But I kind of just want to start to level up some of our towers, because leveling up here is important. Or we could start to... Nah, I mean, you know, we're already getting so much from this farm. Could we get another farm? We could do another farm. Although we would have to put it there. That would be kind of awkward. We're not going to get a farm because we just got King of Nature. Okay, I'll take Castle somewhat begrudgingly here. Blessing. My lord, the prophet has foreseen a blessing in 9 years. So we're in 9 years from now, if we have 20 gold or less by the year of the prophecy, multiplies your gold by 9. So I guess around, what is that, 15? Because we're at 6 right now. We will hit it. All right, the question is, do we take the fast thing or the slow thing? Do we take a quarry that's going to buff this thing? I think we just don't have that many buildings, so... Although we get another 8% damage. I don't really like any of the upgrades I've got right now. I'm gonna... but I don't know if I'll do the quarry somewhere else, too. Just put down a castle for right now. Level that up. We need our castle to do more damage. We'll worry about the rest later. I know overwork is really good, but if you focus too much on overwork early on, you can get into some serious trouble, because overwork is fine, but there are better, more immediate payoffs in the game. What I'm afraid is that I'm not taking enough immediate payoffs. Oh god, yeah, they got me with the ballista here. Okay, this is bad. Do I actually have time to move my mouse up to the slow down game speed button? I'm not 100% sure, because I need to prevent these ballistas from coming here. And oh no, oh god, why not like this? No, why must bad things happen to good people? We've just taken our first pip of damage. I don't think I could have prevented that. I don't think I could have slowed down time, but sometimes that happens. Anyway, it's not the end of the world. We still have 2 lives left. So I think here we do have a blacksmith, so we could continue to up our damage, and that would help our paladins as well. Let's do one of those just because of overwork again. So we'll put that down there, because that'll hit both of them, and then we have room for another troop up there. They get damage and HP. These aren't perfectly synergized, but they're pretty good. We got King of Nature again as well. King of Nature is great. I like fighting against King of Nature. He's just chill, and he buffs your troops. He gives good rewards, and the fights aren't terrible. And also their snipers fire so infrequently that they're not as dangerous. Except they do hit hard when they hit you. So there is that. Everybody's got benefits and drawbacks in this game. In particular, one of my favorite ones we haven't seen yet is King of Greed, because he stacks with gold, and some of his abilities are ridiculous, but... well, we have yet to see them, so... maybe if we are so lucky, we will have a chance to choose another king that we're going out against later on in the game. Alright, it looks like our paladins will survive. It's just those horrible ballista attacks that are horrific and terrible to fight against. The fun part is that any strategy that's used against you, though, you can use if you just fight their faction a lot. Get their upgrades, you know? Man, these paladins are slow to fight, but they do last a long time in combat. Alright, they didn't take out any more of them. I'll speed it up again. I don't want to go to 3 speed until I'm really confident we're gonna win every fight easily. Some of the fights do take a while to resolve, though. But... that's why I think it would be nice if the auto target worked a little bit better. Alright, Clone Forest. Clone the card of the selected plot. Clone you can never really go wrong with. I mean, if we just had another paladin... what I really like to do with King of Nothing is buff up my towers and then just build a ton of paladins in the way. Because there are other units you can use. But this guy is getting so many buffs. Let's start to level up this one paladin, because I think that this is going to blow up our power a lot if we did it. Yeah, we'll do Clone. Lord, it is time to wage war against another king. I'm going to try to reroll here to see if I can get King of Greed. Alright, so we get King of Spells, King of Progress. No, not again. Oh, I'm getting pretty unlucky here. Well, I did need to spend the gold by round 15, right? Wasn't that it? All right, these are my 3 favorite kings to go up against, so we lucked out here. But I kind of need them because they work really well with this faction, and I am not as good at this game as I would wish to be. I'm just leveling up this one paladin like crazy in hopes that they'll survive some of these blasts. Now, I need them to spread out before this next ballista fight. Here we go. It looks like some of them are hitting for 6 and others for like 16. Come on, let's get separated before the next ballista shot. And they didn't. That's terrible. Oh no, man, we keep getting this to King of Stone. Whoops, I didn't get it. Did I auto-target? I missed that. That might have been the one shot that saves me. Let's see how we do with this thing, though. If we manage to get enough damage here, it looks like that they are kind of bunching up here at the front, although that last ballista is probably going to get through. Oh, this is going to be a nail-biter. Yeah, I'm not going to survive this one. All right, oh well, we're dead. We got 1 life left, though. What is it that we're missing still? I would like to get more blacksmiths, because we gotta deal more damage, but our paladins didn't survive that. That keeps being the same type that we die against each time. I think if our paladins were just a little bit buffer, they could hold them off. So I'm gonna try to get that 3rd paladin level here and see if that is enough to push the balance. And then after that, we can start to level up our castle, because now we have level 3 paladins, which is great. They can last a long time. They're very chunky. But, I'm worried about whether we're dealing enough DPS. But hey, I mean, at least now I can rest knowing that my front line is strong. Still in year 9 right here. 16, but it looks like our lines are surviving a long time. Okay, cool, we're bringing them down, only 10. Every fight is a real nail-biter here at the beginning of the game. Just the tension is always so high in this. I've never had a game where I wasn't afraid at the beginning of the game. It really keeps you on the edge of your seat, man. Alright, great. So we managed to have our line hold. Yes, this is exactly what I was looking for. So we got a King of Greed buff. We're still in year 10, so we have time to spend our gold still. I would really like to get the King of Greed's, there is a building I'm looking for in particular. Beacon, here we go. Beacon is one of my favorite things. And also we got, I won't be able to buy 2 of these, but whatever, it's still pretty good. Which support tower is buffing the most people? This blacksmith is pretty strong, so if we got another blacksmith, that would be pretty great. Although, if we had more paladins there, that would also be good. There's so many good options. I do want to spend all my gold. I'm just thinking of what would be the, like, optimal thing to buy. Yeah, I mean, if we're getting the double buff on all of these support buildings, though... I'm just thinking, like, am I actually being effective, or am I just trying to optimize a lot of things? There's a lot of that in this game, because usually in this game, one unit just takes over and totally runs with the game. I think this unit of paladins is completely carrying us right now. I know that the castle is dealing a lot of damage, but yeah, it's a thing. Let's get a blacksmith. I don't know if I'm going to end up having the gold here. This is going to look really pointless, but I'm going to reroll twice, because I don't know if there's an opportunity to spend. And all the upgrades cost 45, so it's kind of a waste, but yeah, my gold... Oh, wait, it gets multiplied, does it? Whatever. I feel sad and bad about myself. I hope it gets better for me. Alright, let's put down a beacon there, because if we start to upgrade the attack speed on our castle, it's going to do something ridiculous that I think you'll find funny. And if I put down my blacksmith, I can't really get too many more support units here, so let's just put it like there. Yeah, let's do it. Actually, let's do it there, and I will explain why later. It might make sense, and it might not. We'll see. Or it will just be a terrible thing. Oh, wait a minute. No, we gotta go slower. We gotta go slower. Okay, please, paladins, hold. This was the one test of your strength, was the King of Stone. If you can't do this, what can I depend on you for? Honestly, probably nothing. Just survive. That's all I ask of you. Survive one more blast from being impaled by a ballista. And they did it. Good job, men. You are strong. You are stronger than most people who could not survive the blasts from a ballista. You will be rewarded. Maybe someday. All right, here we go. Good, we've taken them out. Look, the one wave that was so difficult to deal with, we have dealt with, and I am a very powerful man. Now we can start to focus on DPS, knowing that we have a very, very reliable front line, which also happens to be dealing out a ton of damage. But this was kind of like... This was the turning point, you know? Anything could have happened here. We're on 1 life left. We did it. Oh, I did it. I am great. I am. All right, we're at year 11. We've got a little bit more time. I guess I didn't have to spend all that gold then, though. Man. I could get another tower over here, but I'm thinking a quarry might be pretty good for right now because we want to start to think about DPS. King of Stone has some pretty good stuff. Do we have another quarry? Yeah, I will re-roll into a quarry if I can get one. And we didn't get one. Terrible. I hate it. We could get a cauldron for a little bit of poison damage, which might be nice over here because we're going to be expanding territory next turn. And we've got 2 blacksmiths and a beacon over here. So that is damage, that is attack speed, and then we could get poison on top of it. So yeah, I think I will get a cauldron then. All right, unfortunately, we don't really have anywhere to put the cauldron right now. It adds poison to the missiles or attacks of whatever thing it's next to. So I think I will just put down a quarry. This unit of paladins is just going to be weaker, but... Well, they're already kind of growing. Let's put down the quarry here. And I know that this doesn't really sync up, because this is the spot where I should have a unit and not a support building, but... Whatever. We just do it, because we need the damage now. We have the HP, we just need damage now. Alright, so we're getting tons of buffs from overwork. We're going against... I think that this is the Rainbow Army. So, I guess we can get a power-up from any faction at the end of this. I'm trying to remember what upgrade tree we get. Alright, let's keep an eye on that damage. It looks like my main castle is still doing the most. We can start to upgrade the castle now. The castle is doing a lot of damage. Any level up on it is going to start to stack a lot from here. And it looks like we are outnumbered. Generally speaking, numbers means a lot. I mean, if you got decently high-quality troops, it can be a different story, but 15 versus our 46. I'm just keeping an eye on the score down here. All right, we're doing well. We're doing very well. I might start to speed up time, but we're still going to have some fights that are real nail-biters here. Wow, 3,710 from that. Okay, so now we get a big upgrade. Ooh, patronage is fantastic. I love patronage. Levels up your base plot by 3 levels. This is fantastic, because look at how much damage our castle deals. If we level it up 3 times from this, yes, I'm absolutely going to take this. There are some really crazy cards in here we could reroll, but I don't feel like it. Alright, so now we can expand to another square. Amazing. I'm going to go here so that I can start to poison people with this. Now, there might be better ones that stack, but just... I gotta keep us alive, because these 3 buildings, this configuration is gonna win us the game. Mark my words. And if I don't win, I will just delete the recording and do it again until I do. This is about my 4th playthrough. But this game is really fun, so it's fine. Levels up your base plot by 3 levels. I do want Cauldron, but I think the levels will do more for us here. Look at how much bigger and chunkier our castle is, and it's getting all these buffs now. This thing is gonna be crazy OP. We're going against nothing again. I love how they call it the Nothing Rebellion. We are fighting for nothing! It's like that moment in the Odyssey when Polyphemus is yelling at Odysseus, and he's like, "Who is fighting you, brother? No one is trying to fight me!" And it's Odysseus, but he said that his name was Nothing, and it is a great moment of Greek mythology. That's as cultured as I'm going to get for the rest of this Let's Play. Oh, wow, look at it. Okay, our damage is starting to uncontrollably scale. Look at this, 14,435 damage. We just need to take it from here, and we need to make sure that our front line still holds. You know, I don't even know that poison is going to make as big a difference anymore. I feel bad and sad. Now, I want to put other units here because we have overwork, and I should be getting more benefits from overwork, except I kind of want to put a tower there? I don't know, which one do I want to do? It's like so many options that are good things. It's like trying to decide. You know, a soldier would be decent here. I want this farm to keep supplying one of my paladins, though. In fact, I might be even better off getting rid of this paladin. That might have tripped me up. Because now see how this farm is supplying this one, and this one is a lower level unit, and it's not getting all the other buffs of that one. So many games depend on one unit that's ridiculously OP, so we might be better off. Just trying to decide. Oh, so many good options. I'm going to take farm. Or should I take soldier? You know what? I'll take soldier. Something in my gut is telling me to take soldier and put it here. Just because I feel bad giving up these free passive buffs from these things every single round. I'm getting 4% HP and 4% damage more each round. So I'm going to do that. And it's not taking away from the recruitments either. See, that one took away from that one's recruitments, but too many good options. You're better off consolidating to a couple of options, I think. Then I'll do the poison the round after that, because poison is actually not that much compared to the sheer amount of damage I'm doing now. Look, 58 damage. Poison might have actually been a mistake in retrospect. But you're better off getting things right in the long run rather than trying to rush out too many different upgrades, you know? Like, in the early levels, you might have to make some decisions based on survival, but we're now starting to hit our power spike. See, we're really just mowing down these guys now. We've still got 50 of our soldiers at the end of the fight. Our radius of attack is growing too. Man, our balance is just doing so much damage. Unfortunately, unit doesn't mean this thing, so I can't put this onto castle, which is too bad. The castle can level up a lot, though, the way I've done the perks. So what round are we on now? We're 14, so we need to keep our gold low, so I actually should reroll here, ironically. Because of that blessing from before, if you recall. So I'm going to 9 units to the selected troop added, or buff up the forest again. Just because I got 3 units around the forest, let's do forest. Okay, every time enemies attack your units, those units gain 1 poison stack. I want to keep this low. I don't want to reroll too much, though, either. I think I'm going to take Poison Thorns. Overwork can be funny if you get 2 stacks of it, but Poison Thorns is also great. I'm going to take it on principle. Cauldron would be nice there, but I'm already dealing so much base damage. Let's just put down a forest here. Make our lines even chunkier. Now they're getting 6 HP each. 2 for the 2 levels, and then 1 for overwork. All right. Oh, this is pretty big. All right, did they survive that? This is the reason the enemies' lines become so strong, but look at the sheer amount of poison we're dealing to our enemies. Some backliners are just going to get themselves offed by, like, simply by firing at us. Look, they're like, we give up. We have self-poisoned because you are simply too powerful. Amazing. It's important to keep, though, the front and the back line. We got to keep focusing on both until we hit ridiculous damage amounts. Yeah, I'm starting to just regret this now. Battle 1, pick your loot. So we're at year 15. If you have 20 gold or less by the year of the prophecy, multiplies your gold by 9. So I need to spend some gold right here. So I'm actually going to reroll. Oh, so it was by the year of the prophecy. I don't know if we actually... Do we get gold for... You know what? No, I don't even have 20. Okay, I've done everything I can. I've done everything I can, and I can do nothing more. Not very good upgrades that time. I think we're already poisoning people enough. We don't need to do any more of it with that. If I can get another beacon, really, I can double up on the attack speed on this thing, and then it becomes like a machine gun. That's what I'm aiming at right now. So let's just give our castle another level. I know I could be getting stronger, but I think we're starting to get the game locked away. We're at year 15. There's about 30-ish years in the game. Man, look, they've all just poisoned themselves. I'm not even hitting for optimal hits now. I'm just doing it for satisfaction. It does start to become like a serotonin-inducing nightmare, this game. It's awesome when you get really good. Not even a nightmare, a dreamscape. Utopia. Oh, wow. Man, they've only taken out like 11 of our guys. I should take this moment to mention, your guys don't, like... They don't die and have to respawn, they just kind of... Like, they just come back in at the next round. Like, you don't accumulate, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Although there are units, I believe, that behave that way. So is this going to happen now? If you have 20 by the year... So is my gold going to multiply? Or did I already miss the chance? I think I already missed the chance. I will re-roll once, though, in case if I missed that. Did I miss it? I believe that I just simply messed up. Oh, wait! I stand corrected. I now have 270 gold, and I'm extremely rich. Amazing. Alright, what do we do here? I'm going to do the thing that I promised you I would. I'm going to clone my beacon, and I'm going to create another one right here, and now we're going to get ridiculously high attack speed on our castle. Look at how much damage our castle is doing now, and I'm going to make my castle into a machine gun. We're going against the Rebellion of Nothing again. That's fine. That's totally fine, but let's take out the back line first. Oh, wait, there's a huge blob there. Go for the back line, then go for the blob, then go for the back line again. That's my personal philosophy in life and otherwise. Oh, wow. We're just dominating now. It's hard to tell, though, because the units can be difficult to distinguish. So many options. Life is getting really, really good. I think we're dealing tons of damage. A little bit of me is still concerned about our front line because I maybe haven't focused on it as much as I should. Part of me wants to get rid of this paladin unit. I'm just debating, because the enemy forces can get very big. Although this blacksmith is doing so much to so many things. Oh, it's hard. It's hard, man. What do I do? I could get a unit for here, but like I said, you're often better off just concentrating on a few units. We gotta make this thing ridiculously powerful. We're getting the blacksmith again. Go big or go home. And I go big. I never go home. Would never go home. Alright, our castle is getting ridiculous. Alright, we go straight for the front line here. Oh no, but we're going to have to power up that front line soon. But look, my cannons are firing in much more machine gun-like fashion now. It will get ridiculous because I don't believe that there actually is a speed limit on it. Just look though, they've hardly taken out any of our units. Okay, yeah, we do have to deal with, I don't really like King of Stone. It's not my favorite one. I think we just go for another quarry now, because we don't really use too many King of Stone units. I could probably go for another one of their towers or something, but just who's gonna come close to 24,000 damage? Yeah, we gotta do it. Either quarry, or we could get yet another castle upgrade level. I don't want to keep re-rolling. I'd rather save money. Let's just get castle. My castle is so ridiculously good. Now we just lean into the castle for the rest of the game. If we can upgrade these towers, we can make it even better, but... Well, I need to go up against King of Nature, or somebody that'll let me clone, or just more of the same thing, you know? Alright, assassins coming in, except haha, assassins, we have no backline. We simply have frontline units. Do better. Oh... This is when the mind goes like water. This is... I know why you play roguelike and roguelite games. Technically, this game is a roguelite, but it feels like a roguelike. Ooh, we got another beacon. Yes, be still, my heart. Be still, my heart. Think about how many upgrades we can buy from the next merchant, and we've got another plot to purchase. What do we even get? It would be nice to get some more frontline here. These spots are getting ridiculous. Just trying to think of what I'll get over the next couple of years. We can't really improve anything within proximity to the castle, though. We could create some other kind of machine gun-like thing here, potentially. Alright, I'll do that. I'm going to put another beacon down... These are more or less the same here, so I'll put it there. Just because this thing gets ridiculous to watch. I've expanded my kingdom. What is next? Royal Council. When do I get another merchant? Okay, it's coming up eventually. Not really anytime soon, though. We need more frontline, though, now. I mean, my cannons are ridiculous, except that now I haven't buffed my frontline in years, so I should probably do that. Except, look at this now. I'm just mowing them down. Now, this is one of the many ways to break this game. It's one that I personally enjoy and I've found to be very reliable, but there are many other ones like it. This one is mine. Alright, I will get a quarry, because there's not much I can get with King of Stone. I wish it told you who you're fighting against in each of the battles. That would be fun for planning, but maybe there's like a strategic reason. Excuse me for a second. Alright, King of Nature. I like it in the last few battles just because it becomes this massive, well, it is massed armies of units fighting each other. Oh my god, my gosh. I think I can turn on auto fire now. Because it's just so ridiculous. Now, auto fire will not fire as well as I do. But it is ridiculous still. Alright, so we've got King of Nature again. Let me just turn on auto fire. I'll turn on to 2-speed. Mycelium can get spores. These aren't my personal favorite units, so I'm just gonna skip past them. Ooh, clone. Clone is always interesting. Clone, clone, clone. Yes, clone. Alright, another royal decree. I think we just roll until we get overwork again, because then we can start to buff up our support buildings again, which is going to be absolutely stupid. Watch this. We can get it 2 times. So now, what can I do? There is a building that might just level up all of our buildings like crazy, so I'm thinking if we might get that. My paladins are already at max level. Is there anything that would make the most sense to clone? I did say I would need more frontline. Let me be a responsible citizen. I will buff everyone's HP. I'm a good person. I'm a nice guy. I'm getting more HP. Look, everyone has lots of HP. Now my front line can stand. Oh, everyone gets free healthcare, and you get free healthcare, and you do too. Oh, it's amazing. Oh, look at us go. Wow. Wait, no, I'm on auto fire. See how auto fire is not as good at the game as I am? God, it's like rhythmic. It's like the beating of drums now. I can't believe how smart I am. Wow. Alright, let's just get another castle. I don't like King of Stone's upgrades that much, so we'll do this. Steel Coat, I've just let sit in our inventory the entire time because it cancels only the first hit the target unit would take every battle. And we're getting hit so many times anyway, so why bother? We'll just leave it sitting there. Eventually we'll apply it, but not right now. Let's just keep upgrading our castle. I know it's not as good, but we're winning fights by so much now. I'm just going to keep it on auto. I am becoming proud, but I have a right to be. Alright, let's see how they do. Whoa, oh god, why do bad things happen to good people? Oh no. Oh, that's ridiculous. I've done it. Oh, I love myself. Alright, we got another forest. We already maxed out our forest. I would take a clone if I rolled one. What else can I ask for? Alright. Diplomat! My lord! Our diplomats can now make peace with an enemy king. Oh, I didn't want to make peace with either of these. That is too bad. I really like fighting against King of Nature. I was hoping it would offer me King of Stone. Oh, I can actually re-roll. Alright, yeah, I want to make peace with King of Stone. I've seen some really crazy ways to break the game with King of Stone. I'm not doing them. I like this one. Alright, so cool. So we don't actually have to fight King of Stone anymore. Great. Alright, now for cloning. We have so many paladins here in the middle, but we can't level them up beyond 3. There are some things that kind of hit a max power ceiling early, and other ones that can just keep going throughout the game. I think let's just keep doing this with these beacons. I'm going to show you how ridiculous this can get, and you will cry, and you will want to try it for yourself when you see this. Because it's going to look like a literal machine gun. We're in year only 23 right now, but look at that, man. It's like the beaches on D-Day. Oh, it's horrible. It's truly awful. Oh my gosh. Alright, we do have a scout tower. I could show you another building. Let's do that for the sake of argument. You know, let's put in a scout tower maybe back here because we don't have any other towers, so we'll put that there. And we will get in a lot of extra hits, so now we're going to get tons of arrows. Let's just slow down time to see this. Oh my gosh. Wow. Let's see what our scout tower does. This thing's going to shoot arrows. Oh, it's just drenching them in arrows. Oh, it's horrible. And the cannon fire. Now, the reason I did that is because there is an endgame boss who can be pretty ridiculous, too. Alright, so now we can maybe diversify into some other troops as well. I want to keep this on our paladins, mostly. Mortgage, destroy target plot. I don't want to destroy any of my plots. Thank you very much. Why don't we upgrade our beacons to level 3 and see what ridiculous things we can do? Oh, actually, I should have gotten a dispenser. I don't know why I didn't do that. Oh, we can get one in addition to everything. Single target tower gains plus 1% attack speed for each 1 gold you receive. Not bad. I wish I had done that before, because then I could have given it plus 300% attack speed. It's too bad I didn't put it here. I actually should have done that differently. And I don't want to waste a whole turn on it. This isn't going to make me as strong, but I do want to show you some more units in the game. And we're going to get some ridiculous stuff right now. So let's just buy everything, shall we? Let's get another paladin. Rerolls cost money. I will get a thief. I could probably do something with that. And then I will get another soldier. Wow, we really don't have too many things that I want here. That's too bad. Alright, I will reroll one more time. And, oh no, I don't like any of this either, really. Alright, I will get another soldier then. Alright, we will leave. Now we have far too many cards to choose from. I'm going to put down another paladin there to level that up. I will double up on my soldiers there. So now we get that maxed out to level 3. Just a little something. Oh no, I wanted to put something else there. Let's put down the dispenser for the sake of argument. And now we have to level up this farm eventually. Okay, fine. I don't want to put a thief here because it just doesn't really make sense, so I'll put down steel coat on these guys. In addition to being extremely buff, they are now impervious to damage for the first hit. You know, I slightly regret the end of this build, except we're reaching end game here now, if it's not blatantly obvious already. I mean, look at that. Now, it's dealing 1,089 damage for each hit. In any difficulty of this game, I am now convinced that it becomes trivial if you become powerful enough. Except that reaching that power spike is the tricky part. So it did take me like 10 times to record. I lied, it didn't take 4 playthroughs, it was about 10. Although, there are certain builds like Greed and Nature that are extremely strong. Alright, so now we have the beacons, and we have this. I think if we just keep upping these beacons, the attack speed is extremely impressive to watch. Let's just continue doing this. Oh no, why did he do it? Stop that, AA. Don't do that. Anything but that. It's already dealing over 100,000 damage per round. We are going to speed up. Oh, it disappoints me how suboptimal it plays. Look at me go. I am playing optimally now. Well, not up. It is what it is. I am who I am. Alright, I could add 9 units to a group, but I think clone would be better because we want to up our farm, right? Because, I mean, we'll make up for 9 in no time, right? Or we could just, let's just keep upgrading the castle, yes! Alright, what else are we gonna get? Which space does it make sense to get now? I guess we could somehow upgrade this. If we somehow get another beacon, we could maybe make this a little bit more impressive. Let's put it right here, though. I know that doesn't make sense with the rest of my... Actually, it does make sense there. I don't think it's gonna happen, though. Cauldron, castle, just castle. Yeah. At this point, we've done the main thing we wanted to do, and it's just a matter of... I'll do it like this. It's just taking so long to get through all of my upgrades now because it's getting so ridiculous. Okay, 3 times speed auto. Oh, why? Now, most playthroughs don't go like this. Most playthroughs you lose, but the ones that you do win, they go like this. Alright, I'm going to upgrade my blacksmith. There is one building that automatically upgrades the levels of everything, and I've gotten it in pretty much every other playthrough that I want. Look, all my paladins are dealing even less damage now because there's simply not even time to deal damage in the wake of my... What is it? At 1 times speed, it still looks like that. Oh god. It's trying to wipe them out one by one individually. Oh, I could clone if I go for nature right here. Oh, I didn't get it. Never mind. Alright, what do we take now? Do we have... Oh no, we can't get over it. I lost my rerolls. Receive 2 cards after every battle. Doubles the maximum HP of all troops. Every time enemies attack your units, those enemies gain 1 poison stack. Everything at this point is trivial since we've broken the game, but let's double up HP on everybody in case if we run into any snags in the last fight. I'll do castle upgrade. My castle... Now, normally your castle can be upgraded only to 3, but I've upgraded already another 7 levels because I've picked a perk that allows me to upgrade my castle like 15 more times or something ridiculous. Alright, here we are at auto 1 times speed. Wow. That is impressive. Oh, that's crazy. Oh, the humanity. My farm looks somewhat out of place because of how weak it is now, and this dispenser is doing absolutely nothing, but I just put it out there to show it to you. To show you how terrible it is. It can be... you can make anything overpowered in this game. I had one game where I had assassins that were like... I'm just gonna do that because I'm gonna do it immediately. I had assassins that were mounted on horseback, and they were giant, and they were dealing crazy damage to the enemy's backline. It was crazy to watch. There's so many things that you can do, but it does take you several rounds to get through it. Oh no, did that, like, take longer? Yeah, look, it stays focused on that group, but it's funny to watch now. We didn't lose a single man. 9 units add. Can I get a... Oh wait, no, we're going to get actually another upgrade this round. Okay, I will just take castle then. Just keep doing castle. Nothing I wanted. That's unfortunate. Attack slowed the enemy's movement attack speed. I don't think this will work the way I want it to, but let me see if I can put this onto our castle to make it even more ridiculous. We will eventually have a chance to just put everything down. Oops. Can I do it here? No, just as I thought I couldn't. Alright, we'll put that onto our big paladins then. They have all the upgrades. I think it's in 2 years, so we're in year 31 right now. And then we're gonna fight the final boss in a moment, but... Well, I would like to see this thing's stats. Crit chance. Oh no, it can't even crit. Refund. 8,000 damage per shot. But look how many enemies there are. I mean, can you play in any other way than this? Let me do it myself. I wish to be the one to rain death down upon the enemy for nearly 200,000 damage. Yeah, just give me more level ups. Okay, we've got one more year before the final boss. I will put it on beacon. Just do beacons and blacksmiths. I think this might be the single most powerful endgame castle I've ever created. The last time, though, it was dealing over 200,000. I love how each faction just has different formations. You know, how do they do without me? Just for a second. Just for seeing how they do in fight. Can they win it on their own? Actually, they're doing pretty well, along with my towers, except, of course, it would be nice to have the air support. Right, well, we've unfortunately run out of space for beacons, and that is too bad, because we love beacons. I could put down another beacon down next to the other dispenser, which I wish I had done before. We'll do it for the sake of completing the game, except unfortunately it won't really do very much. So we'll put that down there. So now in the last round we do get to spend all of our last cards. Unfortunately we can't. Cauldron has been utterly useless. I'll just put in some thieves there. Fine. Makes no difference. And the final fight is against... Well, we'll see who we go up against. It'll be either King of Greed or King of Nature, I believe. Okay, so we're going against King of Nature, who's an enormous head of broccoli. You didn't like eating your broccoli, and this is what you get, and we have trivially destroyed him. Normally, that's a longer boss fight. Oh no, we ruined the game. Now, we could continue playing. You can pretty much go to endless. But for the sake of argument, I'll just show it to you. Now, that is not the top difficulty in the game. I hit level 12, so that means I unlocked a new perk, Expander. Oh, that looks like fun. All the perks can do crazy things. Lucky. Who knows what it is? I don't even have all the perks that I want. I have some pretty good ones, though. I've unlocked King of Progress, so you do unlock them as you go through the game. But we'll go back to the main menu just for a second, just so I can show you. You do have your achievements as standard in it. As well as, if I do a new run, they're still developing one of the kings, so coming soon. King of Nomads, King of Progress. I guess I've unlocked all of them. Normally they would have the unlock requirements here, but I've been playing this game for like 9 or 10 hours so far. Usually when I'm demoing a game, I will take like maybe 3 hours to learn it, because I still want it to be a beginner's thing, but it took me a while to get some of the mastery. I did also have to kind of figure out that I was against certain kings, but this game has so much value in it. I am really impressed here. I didn't think I would like this game that much. And honestly, it took me a little while to warm up to it, because when you first play it, and when you play it on Squire difficulty, or Peasant, whatever's the earliest one, the game is admittedly easy, but the difficulties, are sort of like Slay the Spire Ascensions, where we're at King 2 right now. But I'll just show you a little bit. So you do have all kinds of new perks. So you can, special cards are 20% more likely to appear in shops. I got so many other things that I could have gotten. It just has all the looks and feels of a great game. Every king is a little bit different, as I hope you gathered. King of Spells is really good with enchantments. He can give units all these infinite power-ups, so you can create like ridiculously powerful battlefield units. King of Greed does ridiculous stuff with golds. As I hope you saw by the beacon and the dispenser, I could have created a massive machine gun army, which I sort of did with my castle. King of Blood specializes in taking out its own units and doing crazy stuff with that. King of Nature, just massed units, buildings. You know, there's so many different ways to play. It just invites so much exploration. Anyway, let me know if you want to see any more. This is one of those games that I imagine if you watch this whole video, you'll get recommended all these other people's crazy runs, how they built like 20 million quarries on their base or something like that. And I've just been really entertained by what's in my YouTube feed after playing a little bit of it and looking up some of the strategy. But yeah, I mean, get to know the game. Anyway, I hope that this video helped you find something more you like. I really enjoy this game. Let me know what you think. And if you don't want to see any more like this, I'd be happy to check out more stuff like it. And yeah, I think that's about it. 9 Kings. As always, I'm Ambiguous Amphibian, and I hope you enjoyed. Until next time.